you're going to die. I know that's a heavy way to start a video, but stay with me, because once you truly accept that simple fact, not in fear but with clarity, everything else starts to make sense. The stress, the pressure, the fear of missing out, of being left behind, of not doing enough. It all fades when you realize just how short and precious this life is. And that's where Stoicism comes in. It's not a religion, not some self-help trend, and definitely not about becoming emotionless. It's a mindset, a tool, a way to take your power back, no matter what's happening around you. You can't control what happens to you today, but you can control how you respond. You can't force people to treat you a certain way, but you can choose to protect your peace. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present and aware and calm. And that's what we're going to explore together today. This video isn't about quick hacks or empty motivation. It's about grounding yourself in something real, ancient, and powerful. So, before we begin, I would appreciate it if you liked the video, so you can help me continue spreading knowledge. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend you do so and activate the bell so you don't miss any future videos on Stoicism and self-improvement. Now, whether you're here because life feels chaotic or you just want a calmer start to your morning, I invite you to give this your full attention. Put your phone on silent, take a deep breath, and for the next few minutes listen, not just with your ears, but with your mind and your heart, because if you make Stoicism part of your mornings, you'll start to see things differently. You'll react less and respond better. You'll feel stronger, even on the hardest days. Let's get into it. So, what is Stoicism really? Let's clear up the confusion. Let's clear something up right away. Stoicism is not about being cold. It's not about pretending you don't care, or walking around like a robot who doesn't feel anything. That's a huge misconception, and honestly, it's one of the main reasons people ignore it. Stoicism is actually the opposite. It's about caring deeply, just not about the wrong things. It teaches you how to separate what you can control, your actions, your thoughts, your reactions, from everything you can't, like what people think of you or what random chaos life throws your way. It's ancient wisdom, but the crazy part is, it's more useful now than ever. The three names you'll hear most in Stoicism are Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. Marcus was a Roman emperor, probably the most powerful man on earth at the time, and he still journaled about reminding himself to stay humble, to not let power corrupt him, and to keep his ego in check. Seneca was a wealthy statesman and writer who spent his life teaching that we should welcome discomfort and stay mentally ready for anything. And Epictetus? He was born a slave. He had nothing, yet he became one of the most influential Stoic philosophers of all time. You see, these men weren't monks in the mountains. They lived in the middle of politics, betrayal, illness, war, wealth, loss, all of it. And they still managed to stay centered. They believed that our happiness doesn't come from circumstances. It comes from our mindset, from how we choose to see the world. You get fired, your partner leaves, your plans fall apart. The Stoic asks, can I control this? If the answer is no, let it go. If the answer is yes, take action without panic. That's Stoicism in action. It's not about living a quiet life in the forest. It's about staying calm in the middle of chaos and still showing up with purpose, even right now. Maybe you've got stress hanging, over your head, bills, pressure, deadlines. Stoicism doesn't fix that magically, but it gives you a tool, a way to say, okay, this is hard, but I don't need to make it harder with my thoughts. It's clarity in a world that loves confusion. It's strength in a world that rewards overreaction. And it's peace in a world that constantly tries to pull you away from yourself. That's Stoicism. And in the next part, we're going to break down the 4 core ideas that can change the way you face each day, starting tomorrow morning, or maybe starting today. Here are 4 Stoic ideas that can literally reshape how you live every single day. Now that you understand what Stoicism really is, let's explore 4 core ideas that hold the whole philosophy together. These are the principles that real people, emperors, slaves, writers, lived by in ancient times, and that we can still live by today. Number 1. Control what you can, accept what you can't. Epictetus, a man born into slavery, once said, "Some things are up to us, and some things are not." That one sentence might be the most powerful mental tool you'll ever learn. Most of our stress comes from trying to control things that are simply outside our reach. What people think of us, how someone reacts to our truth, whether life goes according to plan. But Epictetus reminded us, there's freedom in letting go. Ask yourself, can I control this? If yes, then act calmly, clearly, with intention. If no, then release it. No blame, no anxiety, just release. You don't have to carry every burden life hands you. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is set it down. Number 2, memento mori. Remember you will die. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor himself, once reminded himself, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. At first glance, that feels heavy. But when you sit with it, it's actually the most clarifying idea there is. It wakes you up. You stop putting things off. You stop holding back your words. You stop wasting your energy on things that don't matter. Knowing that you could die tomorrow, or even later today, makes you more alive right now. Marcus didn't write this to scare himself. He wrote it to keep himself humble, grounded, and focused on what really matters. So ask yourself, honestly, if today was my last day alive, would I still be doing what I'm doing? If the answer's no, it might be time to change something. Life is short, but it's still enough if you're present for it. Number 3, voluntary discomfort builds strength. Seneca, one of the wealthiest men of his time, used to deliberately live like he was poor just for a few days. He wrote, "Set aside, now and then a few days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare and coarse dress, asking yourself all the while, is this the condition I feared?" He wasn't trying to punish himself. He was preparing his mind, because when you choose discomfort on your own terms, you're ready for the discomfort life doesn't give you a choice about. We've gotten soft in so many ways. We avoid inconvenience. We run from challenge. We chase comfort, even if it costs us our clarity. But when you practice something uncomfortable, like taking a cold shower, skipping a meal, or putting your phone away for a day, you're building mental muscle. You're reminding yourself, I can handle hard things. Seneca believed that true freedom comes from needing less, not having more. Try this. Pick one small discomfort this week and lean into it on purpose. Not because you have to, but because you're training your mind to be unshakable. Number 4, the obstacle is the way. Marcus Aurelius wrote something so simple, but so timeless. He said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Let that sink in. The thing that's in your path, the problem, the setback, the frustration, that is your path, not something to go around, not something to avoid. The Stoic mindset says, face it, walk through it, grow because of it. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Try asking, how can this shape me? Maybe the argument you had yesterday is teaching you patience. Maybe the delay you're stuck in is teaching you presence. Maybe the heartbreak you're carrying is showing you how strong your heart really is. Nothing is wasted unless you let it be. Obstacles don't block the way. They are the way, and when you start seeing life that way, you stop seeing yourself as a victim and start showing up like a warrior. These 4 ideas, they aren't theories, they're daily tools, they're quiet power in a loud world. So, here's a question for you. Tell me in the comments, which of these Stoic ideas feels most powerful to you today? Is it letting go of control, remembering your mortality, choosing discomfort, or seeing your obstacle as the path? Let's talk about it. Because that reflection, that honesty, is how you start turning philosophy into action. And in the next part, I'll walk you through a simple, Stoic-inspired morning routine, so you can start your day like a modern philosopher, grounded, calm, and clear. All right, let's talk about how to actually start your day like a Stoic. So now that we've explored the core ideas behind Stoicism, let's bring it into your morning, right where your day begins. Because how you start your morning often decides how you carry the entire day. And you don't need some complicated 5-hour ritual. You don't need incense or a perfect playlist. You just need a few moments with your mind and your values. Here's how a Stoic morning can look and feel. You wake up and before you grab your phone, just pause. Take one deep breath in through your nose. Hold it and release. That breath is your first act of presence. You didn't start the day reacting to notifications. You started by owning the moment. Now ask yourself a question quietly, maybe even whisper it out loud. What do I actually control today? This is where Epictetus shows up again. Remember, some things are up to you, and some things aren't. So name just one thing that's yours to manage. It could be your attitude, your effort, how you respond to a rude email. Start the day by claiming your power, not your problems. Next, do a little journaling. Nothing fancy. Just grab a piece of paper or even the back of a receipt. Write down 3 simple prompts. What might go wrong today? How will I respond with strength, not stress? What virtue do I want to embody? This is called premeditatio malorum, imagining potential problems in advance. Marcus Aurelius did it every day. He reminded himself, today I will meet people who are selfish, rude, and arrogant, but I won't be surprised. He wasn't being negative. He was preparing his mind so he could face the day with calm instead of frustration. Try it. You'll notice how much lighter things feel when you're mentally ready for them. Now, take a moment for silence. No scrolling, no noise, just 1 or 2 quiet minutes. This is where you remember. You could die today, I know. That sounds intense, but like we said earlier, memento mori isn't morbid. It's empowering. It reminds you not to waste time, to send that message, to forgive, to speak honestly. So sit with that thought for just a moment. If today were my last, how would I move through it? and let that answer shape your next move. Now as you get dressed, eat, or head out the door, practice one small act of voluntary discomfort. Cold shower, skipping the sweetener in your coffee, walking instead of driving. It's not about punishment. It's about reminding yourself, I don't need constant comfort to feel grounded. You're stronger than that. And before you step fully into the day, say something kind to yourself. It could be out loud or quietly in your head. Something like, I don't need to control everything, just my response. Or, obstacles don't block me, they shape me. You don't have to say it perfectly, you just have to say it with intention. That's how you begin walking through life like a Stoic. Not rushing, not panicking, not proving anything, just steady, calm, and in control of what you can control. Remember, you don't have to do all of this every morning. Even one or two pieces of it can shift your mindset. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. It's not about doing more, it's about being more aware. So tomorrow morning, or even the next time you open your eyes, try just one of these ideas. Pause, reflect, own your power, and slowly, quietly, you'll start building the kind of strength that doesn't shout. It just shows up. Coming up next, we're going to look at how Stoicism works in real-world situations, like work stress, difficult people, and unexpected problems. Because philosophy is nice to read, but it's meant to be lived. Now let's bring Stoicism into the real world, where life actually happens. It's one thing to talk about Stoicism in theory, but let's be honest, the real test is out there, in the mess of everyday life, because it's easy to feel calm when nothing's going wrong. But what about when you're stuck in traffic, late for work, with 30 unread emails waiting? That's where Stoicism comes alive. Let's start with work, because for most people, that's where the stress piles up. Deadlines, meetings, that one co-worker who never answers their emails. You know the type. Now, you might react emotionally, complain all day, maybe even carry that tension home. But the Stoic you pause. You ask, is this in my control? You can't control the delay. You can't control someone else's attitude, but you can control your effort, your composure, your ability to stay present, even when chaos hits. That's real strength, and people will notice it. Now let's talk about relationships. Not the Instagram kind, the real ones, the messy, beautiful human ones. Sometimes you give your all, and someone still pulls away. Sometimes you speak honestly, and it still turns into an argument. Epictetus once said, if someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. That stings a little, but it's true. Other people don't create our emotions. We do. Now that doesn't mean you never get angry. It means you don't let anger run you. You step back. You breathe. You choose your words with care, even when someone else doesn't. And if you need to walk away from a toxic situation, you do it without hatred, with grace. Because Stoicism teaches us, peace isn't the absence of people, it's the presence of self-control. What about money or unexpected bills? Life throws curveballs, a medical expense, a job loss, an emergency at the worst possible time. You'll feel the panic, of course. But then the Stoic voice kicks in. Marcus Aurelius once reminded himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. You can't control that the car broke down, but you can control how you handle it. You breathe. You ask, what can I do right now? Not what if, not why me, but what now? That shift in perspective is everything, and even in small everyday moments, like waiting in line or getting interrupted mid-thought. Stoicism gives you that calm center, that pause, that tiny space between impulse and reaction, where your power lives. So let me ask you something. What's one challenge you're currently facing, where Stoic calm could help you shift your mindset? Tell me in the comments. And if you've tried applying these ideas to something in your own life, I'd genuinely love to hear how it went. In the next section, we'll bust a few common myths about Stoicism and talk about how modern thinkers, athletes, and creators are using this ancient wisdom right now, because Stoicism isn't just ancient history. It's the future of emotional strength. Let's clear up some big misconceptions and talk about how Stoicism lives on today. A lot of people hear the word Stoicism and immediately get the wrong idea. They think it means shutting off your emotions, becoming cold, or pretending nothing affects you, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Stoicism doesn't ask you to stop feeling, it asks you to stop being controlled by your feelings. There's a huge difference. You're still human. You'll still feel sadness and frustration, excitement, even fear. The Stoic just trains themselves to pause before acting on those feelings blindly, like Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the world, who reminded himself daily. You don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you. He wasn't denying reality. He was choosing how to meet it. So another myth? That Stoicism is only for monks, philosophers, or emperors in togas. Not true. In fact, modern Stoicism is everywhere. You just might not recognize it. Jocko Willink, a former Navy SEAL commander, lives by Stoic discipline. Tim Ferriss, entrepreneur and author, has openly said that reading Seneca changed his life. Even athletes like Tom Brady and Simone Biles talk about focusing only on what they can control and letting go of everything else. That's Stoicism in action. It's not some mystical concept. It's a toolkit for everyday people in real situations right now. And yes, Stoicism is thousands of years old, but if you look around, it's more relevant than ever. We live in a time of constant distractions, noise, emotional manipulation, social media pressure. Your attention is pulled in 100 directions before you even finish your coffee. That's why Stoicism feels like a breath of fresh air. It helps you slow down, get clear, and reclaim your own mind. Because in a world that profits from your panic, being calm is a revolutionary act. So if you've ever thought Stoicism was just about bottling up emotions or pretending things don't matter, I hope you're seeing it differently now. It's not about suppressing anything. It's about standing strong in the middle of the storm and saying, "This I can handle." Have you ever thought Stoicism was about being cold or detached? Let me know your first impression in the comments, and if it's changed after watching this far. In the next section, I want to give you something you can actually say out loud each morning, a daily Stoic affirmation to anchor you, remind you who you are, and guide you through whatever the day brings. Here's something you can listen to every morning, a Stoic reminder to anchor your day. You woke up today, and that alone is a gift. Before the world pulls at your attention, before you check your phone, before the noise begins, take a moment just for you, a moment to come back to yourself. Breathe in, hold it, and release. Now listen closely, because these words aren't just motivation. They're your reminder of what truly matters. You. Don't control what happens today, but you do control how you respond. You don't control the weather, the traffic, the mood of strangers, but you do control your effort, your attitude, your presence. You can't control outcomes, but you can always control your actions. You are not here to be perfect. You're here to be present. You are not here to please everyone. You're here to stay true to yourself, quietly, confidently. You're not here to avoid problems. You're here to face them and grow through them. The obstacle is the path. If something challenges you today, welcome it. It's not here to destroy you. It's here to train you. If someone tests your patience, let it sharpen your calm. If plans change, flow with them. Don't fight them. If fear shows up, smile at it and keep walking. You're stronger than your anxiety. You're wiser than your impulses. You're deeper than your emotions. You are not your stress, your past, or your doubts. You are your choices. And today you choose peace. You choose purpose. You choose power. If someone misunderstands you, that's okay. You don't need to be understood to stay steady. If things don't go your way, that's okay. Life doesn't owe you ease, but it offers you opportunity. If you fall short, and that's okay. You're still here, still learning, still capable of showing up better the next time. So breathe again. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel your breath moving through your body. Feel your thoughts, but don't believe all of them. You are calm because you choose to be. You are focused because you train your mind to stay grounded. You are free because you've stopped chasing things you can't control. Now, go face the day with a steady heart, and remember, you've already won if you stay true to yourself. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with one final thought. If you've made it this far, I want to say something simple, but honest. Thank you, not just for watching, but for taking the time to care about your mind, for choosing reflection over distraction, and for investing in something deeper than noise. That alone sets you apart. Because the truth is, Stoicism isn't flashy. It's not loud. It doesn't beg for attention. It's quiet strength. It's the stillness behind the storm. It's the calm voice in a world that screams for reaction. And if even one idea from this video stays with you, if even one moment today feels clearer, lighter, more intentional because of it, then you're already practicing Stoicism. Right here, right now, you're not going to be perfect. You'll still get frustrated. You'll still feel fear. You'll still forget. That's okay. This isn't about becoming a stone statue. It's about becoming someone who bends, but doesn't break. Someone who feels, but doesn't get swept away. And the best part is, you don't have to wait for some better version of yourself. You can be stoic now, right where you are, with what you already have. If you found value in this video, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, so you never miss future insights on Stoicism and self-improvement. Every time you support the channel, it helps these ideas reach someone who might need it more than you realize. So as you head into the rest of your day, remember what Marcus Aurelius said. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Keep that close. Repeat it when things get loud. You're stronger than you think. You're calmer than you know. And you're already walking the path just by choosing to live with intention. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay steady.